জিন ক্লোনিং করার পর বা ক্লোনিং ভেক্টর বানানোর পর জিন একটা ক্লোন করতে হলো। তাহলে ক্লোন করার পর সেই ক্লোনটাকে কোথাও একটা দেখতে হবে, আইদার ইন এ লিভিং সিস্টেম অথবা সিকোয়েন্সিং করে, মানে কেমিক্যালি বা ফিজিক্যালি কোনোভাবে ওর উপস্থিতিটাকে বুঝতে হবে। তাহলে ওই যে যখন আমরা ব্যাকটেরিয়াতে যে জিনিসটা ঢোকালাম, মানে যে জিনিসটা, যে জিনটাকে বার করলাম সেইটাকে ঢোকাতে হবে। তো বাইরে এটা আমরা করছি, মানে একটা নিউক্লিক অ্যাসিডকে এনজাইম দিয়ে কেটে তার মধ্যে নতুন জিন ঢুকিয়ে সেই নিউক্লিক অ্যাসিডটাকে লাগিয়ে তারপরে সেটাকে আবার ইকোলির সেলের মধ্যে, ইকোলি মূলত নেওয়া হয় এই কারণে যে ইকোলির জেনেটিক মেটেরিয়ালটা টোটালি জানা আছে, সেই জন্য ওর মধ্যে ঢুকিয়ে দেওয়া হয়। তো ঢুকিয়ে দেওয়ার সাথে সাথে এর পরের প্রশ্ন হচ্ছে গিয়ে যে আমরা ক্লোনিং করেছি, তার মানে হচ্ছে ওর মধ্যে থেকে ওই জিনটাকে বাড়াতে চাই, অথবা আমরা ওই জিনটা যেটা ঢুকিয়েছি ওখান থেকে কোনো প্রোটিন চাই যেটা ফেনোটাইপিক এক্সপ্রেশন দেবে। ক্লিয়ার? তাহলে ফার্স্টে, আফটার দ্য clone has been made through PBR 322 or PUC or YSC, BSC, Fudgemeat, Cosmeat, etc., that have to be transferred from outside to in vitro to in vivo in bacterial cell or yeast cell or any tissue culture cell, so that we can able to visualize the gene of interest is working within the cellular environment or not. Got it? So the first step by which we will transfer this genetic material into the interior of a cellular environment of E. coli is called transformation. Now, the key steps towards the transformation is to make the bacterial cell prepared for this, then transformation of the cells, then the cell recovery, and then cell plating taking place. So in bacterial transformation, 4 steps are there. Preparing the cell means bacterial cell. Mind it, these bacteria cell generally does not contains any plasmid from previous. So it is a plasmid-less bacteria. Generally, bacteria not prefers to carry extra genetic eh, element. So normally they does not carry plasmid. But in certain condition means when there is a toxicity, when there is an antibiotic, or when there is a toxin, it's in the, then they carries a plasmid. Okay, but naturally this does not contains plasmid. First one. Second, the host bacterium where we will input the introduce the plasmid, cosmid, fudgemeat, etc., or YSC. These host bacteria must be rec A minus. Rec A minus means recombinant negative. Means if we introduce the plasmid and then it will go interior and recombine with the bacterial chromosome, then the plasmid activity of the plasmid will be hampered, or the cloning methodology for where we mainly main aim is to get more amount of DNA will be hampered. So the host bacterium should be REC, REC, A negative. Negative means minus. it should not allow the plasmid to be integrated into its chromosomal DNA. Okay, the host bacterium should have, so the host bacterium is E. coli, first one. Second, it should not contain any extra plasmid, but it can carry plasmid. Third, it should be Ray K minus. Other than this, that is, it also have certain characteristics that must be, these three characteristics they should possess. Means that the host have to be these characteristics. Now, the competent cell preparation means host have to be prepared to uptake the DNA. So host has have to be treated with a particular chemical or electric field so that it become prepared to uptake or prepared to allow the extra chemicals means nucleic acid which have to be introduced in interior. This when this has been taking place, then it is named as transformed cell. Then the chemical, whether it is being introduced within the host bacteria or not, have to be selected. Then it is known as cell recovery. Then cell recovery is selected that certain cells having this plasmid of our interest, then we have to go for cell plating. Okay, so four consecutive processes are needed for the bacterial transformation. Look at here. The competent cell preparation, it become competent when the cell wall and membrane become porous, so it become competent. Now the competent cell absorbs or ingests the plasmid DNA. Okay, this plasmid DNA then after enters the membrane become recovered again, not by new formation, but the chemical have to be separate out, then the membrane become intact. This then plated in a medium, so it is called plating. Competent cell preparation, transformation, recovery and plating are the four consecutive steps. Now competent cell preparation, there are two processes by which you can make competent cell, that is chemical competency and electrocompetency. Means electric power is being applied and chemicals are being utilized. Now, now cells are being grown at 37 degrees centigrade. Mind it, E. coli is a enteric bacteria. Our body temperature is 37 degrees centigrade, so their suitable growth temperature is 37 degrees centigrade. Okay, then they are being grown at 37 degrees centigrade at 225 RPM. Then these are the small aliquot are being grown in a large volume. Then these are being shifted to a round based, round base, small vial. This is a polymer vial where calcium chloride is being treated. Now, the E. coli is firstly grown into a small medium, then into a large medium, then they are being separated by centrifuge. After centrifugation, they are being washed with deionized water. Then they are treated with calcium chloride at a certain concentration, or They are being placed in a ice filled tube. Then these are being transferred to a small Eppendrop tube. This tube is called Eppendrop tube and placed in fridge, refrigerated at minus. Okay, now the detail about that. A single fresh colony is taken from Petri dish, inoculated with a starter culture, and the starter culture should be in the mid log phase. You know, the bacteria having log lag phase, log phase, stationary phase, death phase. These are the four different stage of their growth. So out of the four different stages, the lag phase is the preparation for, in a new medium for the synthesis of their enzyme. Then they grow, log phase. Then they stationary phase means the number of bacteria growing and number of dying is same. Then the number actually the death phase means number are decreasing. So you have to take the bacteria on the log phase at the mid stage of the log phase. At that time, there mostly healthy live bacteria are there. So starter culture have to be take carefully at the active growth, and that have to be taken from the mid log phase time. Okay. Now, how can you conclude that this is in a mid-lock phase? By observing the optical density of at 600 nanometer of wavelength of light, their density become zero point 0.4 or 2.9. Okay, in this step, the bacteria are taken, then they are being they have to be separate in a liquid culture medium through centrifugation procedure. After a centrifugation procedure, what will happen? The bacteria which is comparatively solid, they will be at the bottom and the liquid portion at the above. You discard the liquid portion and the bacteria will be at the bottom portion. Now you wash this bacteria with deionized water repeatedly so that there would be no ion, and then you add slight amount of water. Now here there are two different ways are there to make it competent. One is chemically competent, another is electrically competent. The chemically competent requires heat shock. So it is named as heat shock transformation. Now the chemically the calcium chloride are being applied. Why calcium chloride is being chosen? The calcium chloride is an is a chemical which increase the membrane permeability. So whenever the membrane become more permeable, then it will intake more amount of DNA. So calcium chloride are mainly in use, and it is also standardized that 1 millimolar calcium chloride will make the cell competent, bacterial cell. Now, other than this, we have a certain other option such as Mn plus 2, K plus, CONH3 whole 6, 3 plus, rubidium, dimethyl sulfoxide, and dithiothiol, DTT. Okay. On the other hand, the in case of electroporation, The cells, harvested cells means centrifuged bottom attached bacterial cell are being treated many times with cold deionized water, and this is being done for the removal of any previously interfering salts. And after again adding some deionized water, they are become resuspended, and again centrifuge is being done so that they are being cleaned by uh, and by adding 10 to 30% of glycerol, they are being stored in fridge. Again, I am coming to this point. Now, a bacterial colony is being taken. Firstly, these bacteria, if it is put in 30 degrees centigrade or 28 degrees centigrade in a room, they are being placed in a 37 degrees centigrade situation because it is the optimum growth situation. In a small amount of small liquid broth, it is in solid media, they are then transferred to liquid media. So their growth will be fast. Now, within this media, they are being transferred to a conical flask with the same RPM with same temperature. Now, from this conical flask, you have to check that when the growth and OD growth is in the mid log phase, which is being examined by means of observing their optical density in spectrophotometer, that is with zero point 0.4 to zero point 0.9. Okay. Now these back after the growth, you have to separate the liquid from the bacteria. So you have to go through the centrifugation. The centrifugation will make the bacteria to be attached at the bottom portion named as pellet, and the liquid portion is on the above, that is known as supernatant. The supernatant are discarded. Only pellet will be taken because it is a bacteria which is in a clump condition. Now, these bacteria are repeatedly washed with deionized water so that no metal ion would attach with it. And after that, again centrifugation will done so that bacteria will remain again attached to the bottom of the tube. Now, they are divide for two purpose. One is for electroporation, another is for um, chemical treatment, chemical competency. Okay, heat shock. So whenever you separate the pellet with uh, deionized water, you have to put it in a minus 70 degrees centigrade ice. Okay, so that their membrane become intact. Or if you have to do this work for the next month, then you put this bacteria in 30%, 10 to 30% glycerol, and uh, store in a fridge for a month. Okay, so whenever you are going for the chemical competency, you first make a arrangement that you can treat the bacteria both in cold as well as in hot. Now, in cold, you have to arrange the ice. These are the ice. And for uh, hot, you have to make a temperature controlled 42 degrees centigrade water. So bacteria is being placed is in here. Then you have a sock in this cold, means their membrane become intact. Their membrane become like this. Okay. Then you have to give them a sock in calcium chloride solution, means the calcium chloride would be within this tube and you are placing this tube in a water bath of 42 degrees centigrade for few seconds, not more than minute. After this shock, there there is a change of membrane from this to this type. And if the medium contains this type of plasmid, then after the withdrawal of the shock, then this will become enter within the cell. And when it enters within the cell, few plasmid are also outside and few can capable of enter into the inside. You have to separate. This which is on the outside, this has no use. Only those which are inserted within are only in use. And you have to make it a plate. Means the live bacteria with plasmid or without plasmid will make a colony. Now you have to detect the live bacteria with plasmid or without plasmid which are making colony, amongst them which having the plasmid, rest you have to discard. So further selection will required. So plating is the bacterial transformation, but after plating, whenever you have to get the result whether the plasmid have entered or not is being selected. That is coming later on. Once prepared, the competent cell should be evaluated for transformation efficiency. Aliquoted means collected small volume to minimize freeze-thaw cycle and stored at appropriate temperature to maintain value. For example, we are taking 10 to 500 microgram of PUC plasmid DNA and they are being applied on certain bacteria, and the result expressed in the number of colonies formed or number of cell-forming units CFU are formed per microgram of plasmid DNA. Means this is the transformation efficiency. Now, in every process, for example, in electric engine of train and diesel engine of train, there is a difference in efficiency. The diesel engine is an efficient one. It is 28% efficient. Means whatever the input, the output is 28%. If you input 100%, then output is 28. Similarly, electric engine is slightly less. Like that, here, how much DNA can capable of taking by the bacteria is the transformation efficiency. Now, transformation. The chemically, I have told you, the chemically competent cells are mixed with plasmid DNA. Cells are incubated with DNA on ice for 5 to 30 minutes in a polypropylene tube. Polypropylene tube is temperature sensitive. Polystyrene tube is not temperature sensitive, and this is being placed in a round bottom tube 70 into 100 millimeter. Okay, now 50 to 100 microliter of plasmid DNA, microliter of competent cells, and 1 to 10 micro nanogram of DNA are recommended for reaction. Now heat soak at 42 degrees centigrade for only 45 minutes. Just Remember, 42 degrees centigrade for 42 seconds are appropriate for bacterial strains to absorb or intake the DNA. Smaller volume of cells in a smaller tube, the heat shock interval should be high because to surface to volume ratio means whenever you have to give the heat shock, for example, you have to give 4 times heat shock. The smaller the volume of the vial, it would be the difference of the heat shock would be high, and then the smaller tube is being placed again in the ice cube. Okay, so the transformation procedure is as follows. Firstly, place the pillated bacteria in a ice cold ice cold bag. Then open the tube, add calcium chloride, add particular amount of plasmid DNA, then again close the tube and placed in ice bag. The third step, the DNA, bacteria, calcium chloride, and the tube, which is made up of polypropylene, is placed in a hot water bath 42 degrees centigrade for 42 seconds. Fast heat shock. After 30 seconds, again make give them the heat shock. After 30 seconds, another heat shock will be given. So these are the three consecutive heat shock for certain duration. Whenever the smaller vial are being used, the duration become 45 seconds between first, second, and third. Got it? Now, this is the chemical transformation. So, the vial is being placed in a ice cold, and ice cold container. Then they are being treated for 30 minutes within this. Then you with this you add 42-degree heat shock for 42 seconds, and here they contains 40, calcium chloride, plasmid DNA, and bacterial cell. Again return to the ice cold area. That, no, another procedure, electroporation. Here, brief pulse high voltage fields, electric fields have been applied. Brief pulse high electric field are being applied, and which induce pores in the membrane of the bacteria, which allows the entry of the bacteria. Now, whenever we do that, we have to treat the bacteria in a specifically designed container which is named as cuvette, means cubic in structure, and the electric field is greater than 15 kilovolt per centimeter. The after treatment with this, they are again transferred into a cold ice so that membrane becomes sealed again. So bacteria is being placed in cold 30, 30-minute treatment, then transferred to a electric shock is being given here. This is a cuvette. Bacteria is being placed in this portion. Electric shock is being given. It is the electric circuit. Electric 15 kilovolt per centimeter. Then return to the ice. Now cell recovery. So after heat shock or electroporation, transformed cells are cultured in antibiotic free medium, and this medium should contain high amount of glucose and MgCl2 rather than protein. Okay, so antibiotic, the plasmid having antibiotic resistance gene, but we are growing the bacteria within non-antibiotic medium so that their growth is not being hampered. They are not being challenged. So after heat shock or chemical treatment, like us, after surgery, you are not being given high complicated food. You are being applied with saline or with very simplified food. Simply, uh, in case of bacteria also, after the electroporation and chemical treatment and heat shock, these bacteria is being treated in a liquid medium where glucose and MgCl2 is the main component which enhances the transformation efficiency. Okay, now medium. Here the heat shock cells, here glucose and MgCl2 are being added. Now they are grow for 37 degrees centigrade at 2 to 5 RPM for 1 hour. Similarly, electroporated cell electrodes are there, glucose with MgCl2, and they are grow for 1 hour at 2 to 5 RPM, 37 degrees centigrade. Now, these are the situation in the bacteria. The bacteria now start to divide to form one plasmid enters and it becomes two. So it is our main aim to increase the nucleic acid within the bacteria. Okay. Now, whenever it becomes started to grow, it is being transferred to a medium which is called high protein rich medium, so they can easily encourage to grow with antibiotic. This antibiotic is applied at that time whenever they are growing in liquid luria broth, liquid luria broth, and whenever antibiotic resistance genes are not being inserted, for example PUC, or in case of PBR 322, we have apply or we have mixed antibiotic, but in case of PUC, we didn't mix antibiotic. So PBR 322, whenever applied for transformation, we have to select whether the PBR 322 plasmid is being inserted or not, or entered or not, is being selected through antibiotic resistance. The bacteria which having the plasmid with antibiotic resistance can capable of thriving in a medium with antibiotic, but those which have not the plasmid, they are not capable to grow at that time. So plasmid introduced cell or plasmid without introduced cell are being separated based on the antibiotic. Similarly, in case of PUC, we are using XGAL and IPTG so that the introduced plasmid will express, if blue color means no gene clone or plasmid transformation has been taking place. If it become blue, white in color means it is getting particular plasmid. Okay. Look at these petri dishes. You will get blue and white colonies. The DNA fragment, which is coding for the beta galactosidase gene, their activity is being detected by using a chemical that is X-gal, which is colorless substance, into an insoluble blue product whenever the gene whenever the plasmid is entered into the bacteria and you are being applying the X-gal, the colony which having the plasmid will become blue in color. Okay, as because beta galactosidase alpha gene is being there. Second, if you now you can able to separate those have transformed or those have not transformed. Means all the white colonies have not been transformed and the blue colonies are the transformed with bacterial plasmid. Got it? কিরে বুঝলি এটা?
আচ্ছা, মানে স্যার যেগুলো মানে ইয়ে হয়েছে মানে
দেখ ব্যাকটেরিয়াটার মধ্যে প্লাজমিড ঢোকালাম,
সেটা সাদা রঙের দেখাবে, আর যেটা
না
ঢুকিয়ে নেয় সেটা ব্লু।
না, যেটা ব্যাকটেরিয়ার মধ্যে প্লাজমিড ঢুকালাম দিয়ে এক্সগ্যাল দিলাম সেটা ব্লু দেখাবে। ক্লিয়ার? ক্লিয়ার এটা?
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা,
আর
মানে
যার
যেটা
মধ্যে
প্লাজমিডটা ইনসার্ট হয়েছে সেটা ব্লু দেখাবে,
আর যার মধ্যে ঢোকেনি সেটা হোয়াইট। তার মানে তুই
হ্যাঁ।
প্লাজমিড ঢোকেনি আর প্লাজমিড ঢোকেছে বুঝে গেলি। এইবারে এই প্লাজমিডটা আবার বার করে নিয়ে এসে এক্সগ্যালের জায়গাটায় যদি কেটে জিন ঢুকিয়ে দিস সেটা আবার ব্যাকটেরিয়ার মধ্যে ঢোকাস তাহলে তো আর ব্লু কালার হবে না, কারণ কি সিকোয়েন্স চেঞ্জ হয়ে গেছে, তখন আবার হোয়াইট কালার হবে। বুঝলি? মানে প্লাজমিড ঢুকেছে কি ঢোকেনি, প্লাজমিড আছে কি আছে নেই এটা বোঝার জন্য এক্সগাল দিতে হয় এক, দিয়ে যেই আছে বুঝে গেলাম তেমনি ওখান থেকে কেটে প্লাজমিডটাকে বার করে নিয়ে এসে জিন ক্লোন করলাম, দিয়ে আবার ওর মধ্যে একটা ফ্রেশ ব্যাকটেরিয়ার মধ্যে ঢোকালাম। যদি এক্সগাল দিয়ে ব্লু হয় মিন্স আমার ক্লোনিং হয়নি। আর যদি দেখ ট্রান্সফরমেশন আর ক্লোনিং এর মধ্যে আলাদা করবি। ট্রান্সফরমেশন মানে হচ্ছে একটা প্লাজমিডকে ঢোকালাম আর বার করলাম বা ঢুকতে পারলো না, ট্রান্সফরমেশন হচ্ছে ঢোকানো। এবারে ট্রান্সফর্ম ব্যাকটেরিয়া থেকে আবার জিন ক্লোন করলাম, ক্লোন করে ব্যাকটেরিয়ার মধ্যে ঢোকাতেই হবে, না তো আমি বুঝতে পারবো না। যদি এমসিএসটা বিটা গ্যালাক্টোসাইডেজের জায়গাতেই করা হয় মানে মাল্টিপল ক্লোনিং সাইট, যদি ওই জায়গাটা কেটে জিনটাকে ঢুকিয়ে এই প্লাজমিডটাকে আবার ব্যাকটেরিয়ার মধ্যে ঢুকায় তাহলে বিটা গ্যালাক্টোসাইডেজের যে সিকোয়েন্সটা ছিল সেটা ডিস্টার্ব হয়ে গেছে। এখন ও আর এক্স গেলে নীল হবে না। নীল যেহেতু হবে না তাই এটা থেকে আমরা বুঝে যাব যে ক্লোনিং হয়েছে কি হয়নি। একটা দেখ, একটা হচ্ছে ট্রান্সফরমেশন হয়েছে কি হয়নি, দুই হচ্ছে ক্লোনিং হয়েছে কি হয়নি। বুঝে গেল?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
হ্যাঁ স্যার। হ্যাঁ স্যার।
বেশ, এইবারে একটা লক্ষ্য করবি। হ্যাঁ, দেখ এটা হচ্ছে প্লাজমিড ভেক্টরটা, এটা হচ্ছে ফরেন ডিএনএটা। ক্লিয়ার? আর এটা হচ্ছে গিয়ে একটা সেল যে ইকোলিটার মধ্যে এটা ঢোকাবো। তাহলে এইটার মধ্যে এখন তিনটে সিচুয়েশন হতে পারে। এই একটা ঢুকে যেতে পারে এর মধ্যে, এক দুই হতে পারে এইটা এর মধ্যে ঢুকেছে সেইটা ব্যাকটেরিয়ার মধ্যে ঢুকবে, 2 নম্বর কেস হলো। 3 নম্বর কেস হচ্ছে গিয়ে দেখ ঢুকলো না, তাহলে ল্যাকজেড এর মধ্যে এই প্লাজমিডটা ঢুকেছে, সেইটা ঢুকেছে কোথায় না এই প্লাজমিডটা ইনসার্ট উইদিন ল্যাকজেড। ঠিক আছে? এই জায়গাটা ছিল ল্যাকজেডের জায়গা, এইখানে এই ডিএনএটা ঢুকলো। ঠিক আছে? ভালো করে খেয়াল করবি। আর এইখানে একটা ডিএনএ, এই ডিএনএটা এখানে ঢুকতে পারে, এই ডিএনএটা এখানে ঢুকতে পারে, এই ডিএনএটা ঢুকতে নাও পারে। তাহলে যখনই আমার প্লাজমিডটাকে ঢুকাবো, এটাতে প্লাজমিডটাই শুধু ঢুকেছে, নো ইনসার্ট, তাহলে কি দেখাবে? ব্লু কালার কলোনিজ দেখাবে। কিন্তু ল্যাগজেটের মাঝখানে যখন ফরেন ডিএনএটা নিয়ে ঢুকছে, তখন কি দেখাবে? ব্লু কালার দেখাতেই পারবে না। যদি এই ল্যাগজেটের মাঝখানে ঢোকে, তাহলে ব্লু কালার দেখাতেই পারবে না, দেখ ল্যাগজেটের মাঝখানে ঢুকে গেছে। আর যদি ল্যাগজেটটা রেখে দিয়েছে অন্য জায়গায় ঢুকেছে, তাহলে ব্লু কলোনিজ দেখাবে। সেই জন্য এইবারে দেখ কনফিউশন কোথায়, এখানেও ব্লু কলোনি, এখানেও ব্লু কলোনি, এটা হোয়াইট, এটাতে আমি কনফার্ম যে আমার ল্যাগজেটের মাঝখানে জিনটা ঢুকে গেছে। কিন্তু এখানে দেখ আমি জিন ঢুকেছে আর এখানে জিন ঢোকেনি। তাহলে ঢুকেনি আর ঢোকেনি বোঝার জন্য আমরা এবারে কি করলাম, এই যেখানে সেখানে জিন ঢোকার না চেষ্টা করে শুধু ল্যাগজেটের মাঝখানে এমসিএস সিকোয়েন্সটা দিয়ে দিলাম, পলিলিঙ্কারটা দিয়ে দিলাম, যেখানে রেস্ট্রিকশন এনজাইম কেটে এই ডিএনএটাকে ঢোকাতে পারে। তার ফলে কি হলো, যখনই এর মাঝখানে ঢুকবে তখন ওটা হোয়াইট, আর যখন ঢুকবে না তখন হোয়াইট নয়। বোঝা গেল রে?
হ্যাঁ স্যার।
This is the host bacteria. This host bacteria is transformed. Firstly, look at here. The plasmid vector is being ligated with a foreign DNA. There are three chances. Foreign DNA may not enter or foreign DNA may enter. Now, the foreign DNA which may enter are again having two chances. It enters at a specific lagjet within lagjet minus lagjet dash, or it introduced outside the lagjet dash. So whenever the foreign DNA inserted outside the lagjet dash, then it will create under the under the influence of this chemical a blue colony. Okay. Now, this insert is not being inserted here. This red color is not inserted here. And it is being transformed into the bacteria. It also shows blue color. But only when the lagjet is being cutted and this red color gene is being introduced in here and they are transformed, then white colonies will appear. Because the sequence of the lagjet become interrupted by the introduction of these foreign DNA. Okay, so this is called screening, by which the transformation have been occurred and we go through a replica plating, then we have treat with the particular chemical. This chemical will show. Now, if this thing will die, then we have to make a replica of it. So it is called replica plating. Now, making of two plate from one plate. Now the third thing is the gene construct. 2 minutes দ্বারা দেখ, ডিএনএ কনস্ট্রাক্ট হচ্ছে গিয়ে একটা আর্টিফিশিয়াল সেগমেন্ট অফ ডিএনএ, যেটাকে কনস্ট্রাক্ট করা হয়, তৈরি করা হয়, এবং তৈরি করার পর সেটাকে কোনো সেলের মধ্যে বা টার্গেট করা হয় কোনো টিস্যুর মধ্যে ওর এক্সপ্রেশন করার জন্য। তাহলে এত দিন ধরে পড়ে যেটা বুঝলি তাহলে জিন একটা ঢোকাতে হবে, সেই জিনটার সিকোয়েন্স যদি জানি আমরা, তাহলে তার আগে একটা প্রমোটার লাগাও আর তার পিছনে একটা টার্মিনেশন সিকোয়েন্স উইথ স্টপ কোডন দিয়ে দাও, বুঝছে? এবারে ঢুকেছে কি ঢোকেনি বুঝবার জন্য একটা এক্সট্রা সিকোয়েন্স লাগবে, সেটা হচ্ছে অ্যান্টিবায়োটিক রেজিস্ট্যান্স জিন। হলো? তাহলে একটা ডিএনএ কনস্ট্রাক্ট ইজুক্যাল টু, লক্ষ্য কর, এই জিন অফ ইন্টারেস্টটা থাকতে হবে, তার সামনে প্রমোটার থাকতে হবে এবং পিছনে টার্মিনেটর বা স্টপ সিকোয়েন্স থাকতে হবে। এই যে পুরো জিনিসটা কাজ করছে কিনা করছে, সেটার জন্য এই অ্যান্টিবায়োটিক রেজিস্ট্যান্স জিনটাকে ঢুকাতে হবে। এবারে এইটা হচ্ছে গিয়ে মার্কার, যে এইটা দেখাবে যে এইটা ঢুকেছে কি ঢোকেনি। এটা একটা আর্টিফিশিয়ালি কনস্ট্রাক্টেড সেগমেন্ট অফ নিউক্লিক অ্যাসিড, ঠিক আছে? তাহলে ইট উইল কন্টেন্স এ ডিএনএ ইনসার্ট, bacterial resistance gene and promoter, and of course its stop sequence should be there. Now DNA construct is capable of producing wild type of protein or mutant protein, but it is not capable of expressing the isomers or inhibitors. Hello, this is the gene DNA construct. Okay. আর আর্টিফিশিয়াল ক্রোমোজোম, যেটা বোধহয় আগের দিনে একটা বাদ গেছে, লক্ষ্য কর, দিস শুড কন্টেন এ স্পেসিফিক পোর্শন, দ্যাট ইজ দিস টেলোমেরিক পোর্শন and centromeric portion, and this ARS is called origin of replication or autonomously replicating sequence, and a particular portion is being used for the transfer of genetic material. This is called yeast artificial chromosome. So telomere, centromere, ARS with a portion. Here you can add more than 1 million base. So this is being utilized for the genomic library.